Whilst visiting London, I popped into Microelectronics UK, where I visited Peridio's booth and spoke to their co-founder Justin about an interesting demo that he had running on an NVIDIA Jetson. Now, this Jetson wasn't running any old Linux distribution. No. It was running Avocado OS. Interesting. So I took a few videos of what I saw and I brought them back here to the studio where I am today, joined by Justin in the studio. Justin, what is Avocado OS? And I guess bluntly, why should anyone care?
Well, Avocado OS is an operating system that's designed for building products. People who are creating embedded electronics, smart televisions, or these days with the advent of Edge AI, this new wave of products that embrace the fullest stack that we've ever seen. And so we are designed to be able to take you and help you throughout that entire manufacturing process, unlike other operating systems that are available today who may or may not care as much about the product journey and the complications that come with all of the aspects of manufacturability, of AI, of getting it to work on these small, tiny devices, and by providing an experience that's really friendly and easy to use for developers.
Great. You say an operating system for developing stuff. That's sort of how you encompass it, yes?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
It's a whole suite of packages. We build the world, and so we don't do package management at runtime though. We do it at build time. So developers will use a lightweight SDK and command line tools to be able to assemble exactly what they need to be able to run their application and nothing more. Unlike shipping a bloated desktop operating system where it's going to include things like printer drivers and support for all this kind of stuff that you're not going to need in your product. We take the approach that you opt in. You select what you want instead of trying to be able to select what you don't want.
Yeah, what's wrong with shipping Ubuntu 22.04? Nothing. I want to talk about an example that I said about 2 minutes ago we saw at Microelectronics UK. Now, as I remember it, there were screwdrivers, there was a camera, there was a Jetson. What were you actually showing?
Well, what we were showing was an example called kitting, and you got to say that one, really enunciate it. Yeah, like not kidding. I'm not kidding you. No, kidding.
Okay.
Kitting,
yes.
You're putting together a full kit of stuff. And this is common in manufacturing, right? Where, on the line, you might have widgets or whatever you're manufacturing. In this case, we're saying that you're manufacturing screwdrivers. And you want to make sure that as they're coming down the line, there's a full set. And while this is normally something that people would just visually observe, with computer vision, we can be able to see and identify when some screwdrivers might be missing. And it's just a really easy way to approach how we can take production-ready example hardware. Like in this case, we have an Advantech iCAM-540 camera. It's got a built-in NVIDIA Jetson board inside of it. So you can do all of the AI for on the camera feed right inside of the device itself. And in a self-contained unit, you can deploy that right onto the manufacturing line and be able to start, having this benefit of being able to actually integrate Edge AI pretty easily, combined with off-the-shelf production-ready stuff like that Advantech camera and Avocado OS.
I like the demo, and you can see it work. I'm sure an editor will punch in some footage here of me putting my hand in the way of the camera, and you can see that it identified, I think it was six screwdrivers from memory. I don't know. I got another question for you. What made Avocado OS perfect for that application? I mean, why is this the piece of resistance to show off your OS?
Well, NVIDIA hardware is notoriously hard to be able to build for and get up and running with. It's really advanced hardware, right? And so you can appreciate from the development perspective a bit the complications that it takes, all the compute power that we have to put into this tiny little space. NVIDIA really did a great job in being able to produce something high power and high performance that can fit into this small area. But it comes at the cost of a bit of the developer experience. And while their answer to this is to ship something called Jetpack, which basically is full-on Ubuntu running on these devices, it makes you feel like you're successful in getting up and running quickly as a developer. But arguably, it's not really set up for long-term scalability, in deploying hundreds to thousands, even millions of these kinds of devices. updates in the field become problematic. You suffer from things like drift and state, where it's difficult to reproduce problems that you might be experiencing in the field. And Avocado takes an approach where it's really easy. It's got a very similar package style feel that developers like and want, similar to that of like Ubuntu or Jetpack that you're getting. But it ships in a way where it uses an image-based approach. That way, you get this benefits of reproducibility and scalability. We make it really easy also to be able to do things like secure boot, so you're cyber resilient, act ready in those cases. And we really reduce the complications that it takes to be able to ship and iterate with features like hardware in the loop development even, or just the rapid pace at which you can operate on deploying to these devices to get your models tuned and to actually ship products to the field. So.
Perfection. So this video is only a 7 or 8 minute video. People could not possibly learn all they need to know if they were to go out and evaluate this. So where can they go and learn more?
Well, we have some great documentation over at our website. Avocado is brought to you by Peridio, and over at docs.peridio.com, you can check out all of the documentation on using Avocado, getting up and running, getting started. You don't even need hardware to be able to try it out. You can use one of our virtual machine targets to kind of kick the tires a bit and get a feel for what the operating system is like. You can also check out the main website over at avocadolinux.org, and from there, reach out to us on Discord. We have a Discord channel. You can get in and chat with us all the time. We're really interested in hearing all of the feedback from the developer community, and we really want to be able to know what you're building and what you're working on, because we want to provide all of the packages and support for all of the different kinds of dependencies that your app might need, but without you telling us what might be missing, well, we won't know. And so we'd love to be able to hear from you. Yeah.
Amazing. So that was Justin from Peridio talking about Avocado OS, the OS for building things, for developing things. Justin, thanks so much for joining me in the studio.
Thank you so much for having me.